Let's look at the answer E. Project organizational structure requires communication and cooperation between multiple product or service areas. So that means they need communication and cooperation, but that is a wrong answer. So therefore, here the correct answers are A, B, C and D.
Okay, so the topic 2 seems to be a more theoretical one, where you have to learn about the organization structures and the environment where the information systems are placed and how the IT is used in the real business environment. So that background knowledge will be very useful at some point to understand how the IT is practiced in the real environment. So let's quickly go to the third question, and that seems to be related to another topic in the first half of the syllabus.
That's right, it's related to fundamentals of information technology, which is topic 3. Let's look at the question. Input devices allow users to enter data to a computer system. In order to interact with the graphical user interface, which of the following input devices are more suitable? So there are again 5 choices.
So it seems to be, now compared to the last 2 questions, now how do you summarize this, the main difference with respect to this question?
Yes, let's look at the learning objective first. Now in learning objectives, we have mentioned the students should be able to describe the functionality and importance of input-output devices. So again, this question is not straight from the reference or the text material. It assesses whether the students have understood the suitability of input devices for different applications. Therefore, it can be considered as a moderate question.
So they need some sort of the details about the question and also how they are really practiced now to some experience about the devices.
That's right. If they have use these devices, then it is much more easier to answer the question. So therefore, the moderation, a moderate question can be easy question for a student who has experience of using these devices.
And it seems to be there are 3 answers for these questions. That is, the answers will be choice B, C and D. And I hope the students will try out those things and will analyze. And just to discuss a little bit more, shall we move into the next question? That is again related to the topic 3, and the question is,
which of the following statements are incorrect about application software? Again, there are 5 choices, as you can see in the slides.
Yes, and that's they are statements. Again, you have to read these sentences now compared to the previous question from the same topic, where the choices seems to be a single word someone can understand. But here you have to read those things and see the question whether it is a correct statement or wrong statement with regard to the question, and then you have to decide whether it is correct or wrong. Now rather than going through the more details about all these choices, I like to hear from Dr. Yamaya the basic information about the question. Now, anything that you like to summarize about the whole question?
Yes. If you look at the learning objectives, it is taken from the learning objective is the students should be able to know about application software that can support personal, work group and enterprise business objectives. So application software can be used in any of these areas: enterprise, personal level, at a work group level or an enterprise level, to facilitate our activities by using the computer. Now similarly, as you mentioned earlier, it's not directly from the book, so they have to read it, analyze it and apply their knowledge. So therefore this can be considered as a moderate question.
Yes, because that means students need a little bit more time to understand, also think about what they have learned and then decide what are the correct choices and what are the wrong ones. So therefore I understand it seems to be a moderate question. Now if we move into the next question, before that I like to see what is the answer for this question.
Yes, now the answer is, we are looking at the statement which is incorrect about application software, and the answer is B. So I I encourage students to read the reference material and then sort of analyze the question and identify what the wrong and correct answers are.
So the question number 5. Now, if we look at the next example, which is related to the topic 4. So it again seems to be very looks like a simple question. There is not much to read. Could you please go through a little bit?
Yes, Dr. Heva, it is an application of knowledge as well here. This is also not directly from the text or the reference material. So here we have which of the following closely resembles an enterprise level database. Now, in the reference material, there is a definition of what an enterprise level database is and also what a data warehouse is. That is the answer C. So students can identify what these are. But however, now these are examples. These are examples of what an enterprise level database can be. So for that, the students need further knowledge.
So it seems to be, if they know if they remember the main content, they can directly identify that it seems to be the answer C, the data warehouse. They can identify it. But if they analyze a little bit about the choices, now for example, if they calculate the volume of this, the relevant the choices, the data, I think then it becomes they can calculate it, and the background knowledge will also help them to identify the relevant choices. So these are the questions that we are going to discuss today, and I hope that this discussion will help you to understand more questions, and also you can use these questions to learn more about. And in the future program, we are planning to discuss more about the similar questions, and also the next assignment, the assignment 2, in the coming weeks. Thank you very much.